there, welcome back. So last week a friend and I were talking about expectations and how complicated they are. You've heard the old saying, if you want to be happy, lower your expectations. Shakespeare once said, expectations are the root of all heartache. But to the people who say no expectations, no disappointments, I respectfully disagree. And Michelangelo would actually back me up on that because he said, the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it's too low and we reach it. A boss who doesn't have high expectations for his team is likely to get mediocre results. A teacher who doesn't have high expectations for her students will get average work. And children raised with no expectations grow up to be unmotivated and entitled adults. Unrealistic expectations are frustrating. Expectations that are too high may set you up for disappointment, and expectations that are too low won't produce the outcome you'd like. And to the people who say you just have to learn how to manage your expectations, I say easier said than done, and that is because of the way the brain works. Let me explain. Suppose a friend asks to borrow some money and you lend it to him, and one day you're scrolling through Facebook and you see photos of him on vacation. What? Wait, what? Vacation? He hasn't paid you back yet. And here's where the misaligned expectations come in. The expectation you set for yourself is that you do the right thing by helping a person in need. And if the tables were turned, you would appreciate that help and you would repay it as soon as possible. Because of those expectations you've set for yourself, you subconsciously set the same expectations for your friend. And when his behavior doesn't match up, it hurts you. The brain is finely tuned into expectations, and even subtle unconscious cues set off a chain reaction of neural activity. One thing at work in this example is the optimistic bias, or wishful thinking. This is an irrational tendency to overestimate the probability of what we want to happen and underestimate the likelihood of what we don't want to happen. We all do it. In one study, people were asked to rate the likelihood of a horse winning a race, and they had to estimate that likelihood before they bet on the horse and then after they bet on the horse. And overwhelmingly, the predictions of the win increased after they made the bet without considering any information about the horse. You so much want to believe that your friend will do the right thing, and in a really twisted way, it's even stronger if he's burned you in the past. I can rationally tell you that his past behavior would indicate that he won't do the right thing, but the wishful thinking bias makes you irrationally focus on the outcome that you want. The second cognitive function at play has to do with dopamine, and dopamine is what we normally think of as the happiness drug, but it's actually involved more with the anticipated outcome than the actual result, and it's what motivates us toward that outcome. When we expect a reward and get it, the brain gives us a nice boost of dopamine, making the brain very happy. When we expect a reward and we don't get it, dopamine levels drop significantly, and the brain processes this drop in dopamine the same way it processes pain, and it generates a threat response. This is why it hurts so much when someone lets us down. We all feel the disappointment and hurt, and sometimes the heartache of unmet expectations. It's just a part of life. But maybe J.J. Grey and Mofro say it best. The sun is shining down.
But it's the little things, not expectations that make life worth living, worth living. Glory, glory, hallelujah. The sun is shining down.